and I think I'm just gonna record the ad reads later, so we'll just cruise on all that if that's cool with you.
Let's do that. Yeah. Good idea.
Sounds good.
That's nice. You can dub that in.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I'll do that in the post production as we call it here in the
Oh,
biz,
yeah.
in the biz of cowboy podcasts.
It's a post production thing.
Yeah, no
I get
digs.
it.
So oh, we already got some people listening. Shit, we're getting popular up in here, George.
Nice, nice. Thank you
I don't
guys.
know
Thank you
why.
guys.
Hell yeah, it's
Me
awesome.
neither. But we really appreciate it. Even if it's out of
Yeah,
sympathy. Thank you.
yeah. We'll take. I never turned down a sympathy fucking college, so why would I turn down a sympathy view now? So
You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
now, yeah. Welcome, daylight burners. What's up? What is today? Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Did you get any labor done over Labor Day, George?
You know, no, no, not very much. It's probably one of my least laborious days of the past seven, but it was kind of nice. I
Well,
mean, it was
that's
still a nice day.
yeah. It's funny how all these government agencies have paid holiday for Labor Day when they're the agencies that are forcing people to stay home and not labor on Labor Day. It's kind of a it's like the ultimate communist holiday is 2020 Labor Day.
I mean, exactly. That's so I just took it upon itself to not do a bunch of labor, I guess. So I went that route,
Well,
but
that'll
it was
work. It's
nice. I'm not disappointed.
That's good. Yeah, I had to work a little bit, but it was cool. I was by myself, and cattle were breaking a little bit, so I had to kind of had to buckle down and work a little bit. But I let it. I don't like to do that too often, but every
It's
now and then
fun when
it's
it
nice to get
happens.
back gets back to the roots.
It is. It makes it That's like a day off, as much as it weird to seem that even though you don't because you don't do it every day. I
Yeah,
mean, it's fun, and
yeah,
so the Cowboys are saying, "We got to come back out and do it every day in the cold and everything else." Yeah, I get that.
yeah,
But
exactly.
on a nice Sunday when the sun's shining, I
Mm,
mean, it's hard to beat
it really is.
unless you do it every day.
Yeah, it's no, it's some of the day. Well, even on my end, where like we get pretty lucky and get good cattle, so we don't. I mean, we hit them hard for about 30 days, and then it's pretty well smooth sailing, and it's usually after about 2 weeks before when they line out. But every now and then you get a bunch of shitters, and you got to work a little bit, and it's kind of fun, especially if they do end up straightening out. But when they don't, then that's when it becomes a grind. You're just like, well, fuck. How do I even approach this anymore? Just keep keep pulling cattle, I guess. But
Yeah, you
um,
know, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm never gonna get." It's like they might all die. I don't know.
yeah, and then you're like, fuck, my death percentage has got to be 40% at this point. Is what it feels like sometimes. Then you get your clothes out and you're still under one. And you're like, well, shit, I'm right. I'm good.
I'm great. I felt great. I knew it the whole time. I knew
Yeah,
it
I
the
planned it.
whole time.
It was just it's top secret plan. Couldn't
Yeah.
let divulge
Send me
any
another
information
one.
prior. Well, buddy, how was the sale on Friday?
It was good. And it was we only had about 150 on Friday. Like so down from the 1100 we had that big yearling run. This run was really more about the cows and the bulls. Uh but with like one load, almost a full load of yearling steers and heifers. They were good ones though, home raised. But the cows and the bulls were like 63 to 68, 70 even at a spot. And, the bulls were 93 with the high bull of like 97. So that price is still staying in there like real good. And then we had
Yeah.
seven weights around $1.40 on the steers and around $1.25 on the heifers. But there just wasn't a whole lot of excuse me, feeder volume to speak of, but the demand was good. The prices were held down a little bit lower on those feeders just because futures has lost, $7 or $8 in the fat market, probably close to 10 in the feeders, kind of taking a digger out of it. But for as bad as the futures has gone down over the past couple of weeks, the cash market hasn't tumbled near as much, just because it didn't go near as high just quite yet. But when you look at things like the April cattle in 2021, the April futures is what lot. I mean, right now it's still relative for cattle we're buying until at least October, but not relative for anything under 600. Probably not relative for anything under 700, but 700 and up probably can use that April Feb board. And it's like at 116 today, so it's actually been up a couple bucks, probably towards a 2 week high. That actually might help support these cash prices, as bad as things look, because there's a lot of things that look pretty bad out there, really. Um, so I can see, I couldn't, if the cattle market was to fall apart even further right now, I'm not going to say we should be surprised, but there's some good signs on those back mutts.
Yeah. Well, that's a tough day when there's no feeder cattle and you're the only one bringing feeder cattle. It could be good. It could be really good depending on how hungry the buyers are, but it could be real bad if you're, I mean, because you're it, and that's it kind of sucks. But that's the kind of the luck of the draw, taking them to town to sale. But it is what it is.
That's it. Sometimes you show up and nothing else shows up. Like you said, it's a lot easier to bunch them and get a lot of buyers there with a lot of them, so you
Mm,
can kind of dang sure keep the firm. It's a that was a hard sale to hold together as a sale barn operator. You kind of just need to have the contacts, and having some good ones help there just to put it
yeah.
together, make a deal for the buyer, even on a split load or something, lighter load, just to get them out of there, just to make a
Yeah,
market.
and
But like you said,
I was curious on that on the DB auction deal. Do like I'm sure you have to register as a bidder and whatnot, and but you get real time bids on those, right?
you get real time bids on those, exactly. And that's what fiber optic I've been bringing in, and hopefully it's finally getting ready going, which I think is going to help quite a bit because it's just a little bit of delay. You know what I mean? And I
Mm-hmm.
think just having that off it will have a little more buyer confidence. I sell things off
Yeah,
there, but I'd like more and more people just to kind of be comfortable with it. But I think that no delay is gonna help. I'm hoping that's what I'm betting on. And then the tight sort, like running them through the shoe, getting them a real tight sort and a real clean sort. So hopefully buyers will start appreciating that, even if they have to buy online.
yeah. Well, I'm gonna look into it and see if there's a way where I can, like, as it's streaming on DB auction, I can like just share it on the Facebook
That would
page
be
too. So
awesome, man. That would be cool.
I'll uh, I'll I'll look into it and see if I can.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I think it'd be cool. Just to see if anybody, because we got listeners and followers from all over, and
Oh, it'd
we
be
got like a
awesome.
pretty good showing down southeast and down in Texas and of course out west here. But it'd be cool just for the followers to see what's selling there in western Colorado and
Yes.
in the best goddamn sale barn in North America.
Loma livestock. I just love that means a lot to me. That means a lot to me. It always has, and I always have to commend you for giving me that title. And we
Oh
work
yeah,
hard every day to keep it. That's important, McKinley.
yeah, Hell
customer
yeah.
service business. That's what we want people to know first and foremost.
That's right.
And then,
That's right.
but no, we're
If
having
you
we're
got customers, George will serve them.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, bend over backwards, as they say in the movie business or in some business. I'm not sure,
Yep.
but that's what it
It's
is.
in a business. If you just leave off the backwards and then you open up a whole nother business where that's used, but
We're not into that business at this time.
and there's your dick joke of the evening, fellas.
We cashed that one in early, so we could check mark that one. Don't have
Yeah,
to worry about it. Covered it.
perfect. It's
Bases
smooth
covered.
sailing from now. It's all organic from here. So,
Bases
uh,
covered. We're solid.
yeah. Uh, so what's the sale looking like this week?
McKinley, we just got a huge amount of moisture. I mean, 8 inches of snow places up there on Douglas Pass, which much needed. They've had all kinds of crazy stuff happen in the last month, which is just there north of Grand Junction. But the moisture was unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, Loma got over an inch. Craig's getting moisture right now as I sit here, as I drove back in moisture. Um, it was like much needed. And why I say that to say this, I don't, the sale's probably going to be kind of similar to our last week's sale, which is not probably not too much. You just got to love the moisture. And I think just that in itself, and maybe a little mud and hard pass, will make it a little hard to have huge volume. Probably looking for more volume towards like that September 28th. I'm gonna have the first Monday feeder sale. I'm not expecting to
Nice.
be a record burner, but I would expect maybe a few more feeders there. Maybe like that 400 or 500 range, and then maybe start going slowly into it. Because this thing might right
Yeah.
here, this rain might have done enough to really sort out the marketings of these calves. Maybe not. Maybe it's a blip in the radar, and then, but you got to think it buys people some time. I actually think it's going to make cattle a little hard to gather when it's going to be like 80, 78, 80, next
Oh,
week when they get water
well,
where they haven't had water all summer.
yeah. Those old vaqueros are gonna be busy doctoring cattle this week. That is for
Uh
damn
huh.
sure.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
did do on the fire? Is that did it knock it down pretty good?
That big snow and moisture was right on top of at least that Pine Gulch. I mean, so and it kind of, I think I heard anyways, it kind of blew up a little bit a couple days ago, maybe three,
Mm,
and then but this thing squashed her pretty good. I mean,
good.
probably I would have to think all the way.
Yeah, that's good.
It's
We are
what we
getting
needed.
shit talked like a son of a bitch in the comments here at George. They were not pleased with the dick joke. It didn't go far enough. Uh, so we'll
Oh,
have to
look at
try
that's not what
again.
we're. Hey, tune back in later. I mean, we can't let it all
You
out at
gotta work
one
into
time.
this. You gotta work into it. Kind of gotta work into your mom, Sam. Shut up. There's another dick joke for you.
Sam's like the Rod Farva right now, just being
I
aggressive.
know it. I know it. He's Sam McHugh is what I like to call just dangerously white. He is quite possibly the whitest human that has ever assembled by any sort of higher being. Is Sam McHugh? He's like almost translucent,
You gotta
and
appreciate that, Sam.
didn't go far enough. That's what he said. That's what she said.
Didn't go far enough. Well,
Oh,
apologize. That's all I can say.
well, it's good that that fire's pretty well out. It
Yeah.
got cool here. We didn't get any moisture, but we got some wind, which with fires is never good, but it seemed to blow some of the smoke out of the valley today, so That was nice. It was I had to wear a jean jacket all today, and it was pretty nice. I enjoyed it.
I like the. That's a perfect day in my opinion.
Yeah, just
That
a
jean
jean jacket.
jacket weather day.
Like it's with like half of the day with the collar turned up. Like that's perfect.
Yeah.
Like I don't want it all, but every now and then when you get a little stiffer breeze, um,
Hmm.
kind of like that stiffer penis that your mom likes, Sam. Um,
Oh,
you
ooh.
just
That was got to
pull
be a
that
little
collar up.
better for Sam.
uh, yeah, it was kind of nice today. Boy, it's one thing out on the plains. Like winter or fall is kind of a long time coming. It seems like September is still pretty damn hot there on the high plains, but up here, I think last year I broke out the vest and the jean jacket right around the last week of August, and here it was first week of September this year that I broke it out. So it's fall's coming, and
Pretty
and guess
consistent.
what? Football is back next week, right?
Yeah. I mean, is it next week or is it like day after tomorrow? Like with Thursday?
It might be Thursday. You, I'm not for
I
sure.
know like the Texans Chiefs play. Let me look this up.
Yeah, I saw that our boy Drew Lock was
September
ranked
10th.
September 10th. So shit, that is Thursday. Oh man, I got to get my
KC
fantasy.
KC versus Texans.
Well,
The Chiefs are favored by 9 at Arrowhead, over and under 54.5. Pretty
I'm
excited
going over
about
on the
football.
Chiefs.
I
I
mean,
think the
54 and a
Chiefs cover
half. I
that
think the
spread.
over is probably the bet. Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Yeah,
They're probably a little scared
it
of how
is
they're going to
even.
come out and score. The Texans might score
Mm,
0, though. The Chiefs might have to score it
it
all.
could
But
be.
Texans are pretty explosive, honestly. I need to give them a little more credit. And I need to kind of get in tune more with football now that I've kind of gotten over. I'm not over what they're doing exactly, but I just like football, and it's
Yeah,
tough.
yeah. I know. Fuck the NFL, but I'm glad that football's back.
Yeah, exactly.
Like basically
We can.
fuck all of these major sports leagues except for the UFC. The UFC's got it on lockdown. They know how to roll. Dana White doesn't play. He's like, we're fighting. I don't give a shit. We're fighting.
Yep.
And I think if they would have all done that, it probably would have been the biggest seasons in the history of all of those sports, especially during this pandemic bullshit. But they didn't, so that's why we don't like them. But hey, football is back. Fuck the NBA. I could care less. I haven't watched the NBA in years.
I watched them
They
last
didn't. They
night.
didn't. Yeah.
I know. Well, at night, I'm gonna tell you what. I was the same way. NBA hated them. And then the Nugs kind of started playing back and forth with the Clippers. Got a couple
Yeah.
games, and who's back watching them? Here I am, right here.
Yeah.
When I mean, I just,
Well,
I
you're just a
say,
sports fan, man.
I'm just a sports fan.
I just like to play basketball.
I just, I get a ton of, I just love it. So I'm just like, oh, and I mean the Nugs, even though we're hating on the NBA, the Nugs are looking good in bubble ball, which bubble ball, I'm not sure it's like anything that we can say is real because you're in this bubble. It's like AAU, but
Yeah.
got to shout out to the Nugs for a second. And then going back to football with the Bronx, RQB, I don't know. He might be pretty good.
He might be. I just saw that he was ranked as number 32 uh,
Oh, that's good.
starting quarterback, but he's basically a rookie.
That's what I'd rather have him ranked like that than come in like on the on like
Yep.
he might be a pretty good pick in fantasy, but everybody might be saying that too.
Yeah, it's hard saying, but no, I think set the bar low for that guy. He was second rounder was.
Yeah, was he
Um,
second or was he first?
no, he wasn't a first. I think
He
he
wasn't. Okay.
second or I think he was second round. I think they traded up to get him in the second, but I can't recall for sure. But either way, like I said, set the bar low, and if he goes off the chain, then it's a pleasant surprise. And if not, well, it's just another shitty quarterback picked by John Elway. So
They're
we're
gonna
used to
want
that.
to. I know, and they're gonna want to hammer on him. And you're right, second round, second round.
Yeah. So and
You're right.
he only played a couple games last year, right?
Yeah, he only played. Yeah, and I mean, he looked like a little more athletic than I gave him credit for.
Yeah.
I kind of. I mean, I don't. I the Broncos kind of is anybody picking them to do anything? So they could be like a little bit of a sleeper.
I think the couple people that I've listened to, and I haven't listened to much sports radio here lately, but the couple podcasts that I caught, they all listed uh, Denver as kind of a sleeper team. But I mean, they're going to be playing for a wild card. We'll just get that out of
Yeah,
the way right up front. They're not winning the division. That's not happening.
I
Fucking
I
Mahomes
I
is too good.
I know Patty Mahomes, and I'm not going to make bold calls on the Broncos. I've done it a couple times, and I really want to right now. Like you said, and the Broncos winning the division would be making a bold call. So I'm going to hold that in for a while. I want to see
George,
the
I
Chief
bet.
Texans.
Yeah, I bet you are. Yeah, I bet you are a good guy to play craps with because you, as we'd established before, you are the eternal optimist. And so, like, when you're on a heater,
It's good.
like I'm sure you're on a real heater, and when you're not, it goes to hell in a handbasket. But it gets over quick because you
Mhm.
know, like I said, George is the eternal optimist, and next thing you know, he's out of money. So whatever, he'll be like, "I'll play again
Next
tomorrow."
time.
But I bet when you're on a heater, that craps table is lit.
It lights up, McKinley. It lights up, like I said. And then if you're not, you just go to the shows in Vegas. You save more money. Just go to the shows.
Well, you'll save a lot of money this year in Vegas or during the NFR, anyways, because it ain't gonna be there.
There's no NFR in Vegas. Gonna be a touch brutal
Uh,
for Vegas. I mean, uh, I wonder what it's like down there.
I don't know. I've been to Vegas all of three times in my life. Twice of them were to the airport, and the other time the transmission went out on my pickup, and I had the shadiest little Mexican transmission shop working on it. It was in North Las Vegas, and I that was the only time in my life where
Hmm,
I carried because I felt like I needed to. I
interesting.
don't I
Yeah.
didn't have a concealed carry, but I carried everywhere in North Las Vegas because that was a sketchy part of town. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big fan of
Mm-hmm.
Las Vegas, and then I got moved over here to Nevada, and turns out the rest of Nevada fucking hates Las Vegas too because they ruin the rest of the state politics wise. You know, it's just
Yeah.
California
We're,
East. So um, somebody actually Jake Smith from Hillbilly, Arkansas, asked me about what I thought of the NFR move to Texas, and I'm not really married to the NFR. I've never been. I always feel like I should go just for the experience. But now I'm getting. I don't know if I could hang. So like it'd be like a maybe a weekend in Vegas, maybe. Um, but this piece of shit governor that we have basically represents Las Vegas and none of the rest of the state. So I say fuck him. I hope it does well there at Rangers Stadium in Arlington, and I won't shed a tear if it moves there after the contract runs up with the city of Las Vegas. Fuck Las Vegas. I don't care.
Well, I think, I mean, goes back to me watching the NBA. Still agree to all the things you just said, and then when they open it back up to Vegas, I think people, I think people that's like their time to go to Vegas.
Yeah,
Everybody, like when you do go that time, I will give it credit for the thing is it's. I mean, you see people you don't see, you see people like once a year sometimes in
yeah,
Vegas, and I
yeah,
don't know how it'll
yeah,
be in Texas, but it'll probably be
yeah. I
cool
don't
too.
know
But
either.
I'd go there
And
too.
I get that aspect.
You know
I
what I
know
mean?
when. Yeah, I know. I
But
remember
I
when
hate to.
they. Oh, go ahead.
No, no,
Uh,
go ahead.
I remember back when there was talk of it moving to Florida,
Oh
and
yeah,
basically the
yeah.
city of Las Vegas says, "Fuck it, we'll just start a rodeo circuit." Just pulled out a big old set of cojones and flopped them down on the table there, and Florida just said, "All right, well, you win," and uh,
It's
and
so
I feel like they can't do that now. Like Vegas
no.
has no bargaining power because this governor has just ruined it. And you know what? Those fuckers voted him in. And so while I know it's an experience for Las Vegas and and for a lot of people that just to go to Vegas for the NFR, I'm not sad about it. I'm really not.
No.
I'm just glad it's going on because if it wasn't for Texas stepping up and taking care of California East and their shit show, there wouldn't be an NFR this year. So I'm sure somebody would have
Well,
stepped up, but
I don't
it
know.
makes sense.
Well, it makes sense. At least you still get to watch it on TV, do the fantasy rodeo stuff. I mean,
Yep.
you still get most of the benefit of what I've been. Like I said, I haven't been to the finals in quite a few years, but so you still get the benefit of what we've been doing the last few years. Like I said,
Yeah,
Vegas,
for sure.
Vegas, like politics aside, used to be like the best because you get the freshest seafood there, the best shows.
Oh yeah.
And I wonder what it's like
Yeah.
now, like Benny Binion status. No,
Yeah. I remember when that this whole state of emergency went into effect, and they're like the strip is dark, and I was like, no, there's no fucking way they're turning off the Las Vegas Strip, and well, fuck, they did, and I was
yeah,
like,
they
well,
did. They,
yeah, that's it was wild. It's like it's almost creepy looking at the aerial view of nighttime Las Vegas without the without the
without
strip.
the lights.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, and I don't know, man. It just like I don't wish any will on Las Vegas, but I like
But
man, you kind of had it coming.
the governor, like you said, and I don't know that governor at all, but I know a little bit about a dictator like governor.
Yeah, he's they're both just kind of little minions of Gavin Newsom. So whatever
Oh,
California, whatever move they make,
oh yeah,
Sisolak here, give it 2 days and then we'll do the exact same thing.
yeah.
And so it's pretty well a mirror image of Colorado too. And yeah, it's sad. I mean, look, they've already floated the possibility of instituting a state income tax because of it, but I don't know. I'm glad that there's going to be an FR. I don't care where it's
Yep.
at. I'm glad like it was a damn shame that the Reno Rodeo got canceled. It was a damn shame that fucking Cheyenne Frontier Days got canceled. At least they didn't take the NFR.
Yeah.
So
And then
hats
I'm
off to
looking
you,
forward.
Texas.
Yep. And thank you for saving our fantasy rodeo season.
Yeah, for sure.
And then fantasy football, we get that a little bit. I'm kind of a fan. I'm doing the draft on Sunday.
Nice. I was thinking about doing a. I don't want to. We did a fantasy league last year, and it was kind of a. I didn't want to be commissioner, but had to be commissioner, and so it didn't go very well. But I kind of want to do something like that, but do like the weekly fantasy deal, like or the
Oh,
daily
good
fantasy,
idea.
whatever they call it.
Would Sam
And
play?
he drafted a team, but I don't know if he ever changed his lineup at all.
Mhm. That's
he
it.
was he was the taco of the of
Did
the
he go
Burning
kicker,
Daylight League.
kicker, like first round,
Yeah,
second round kicker?
I think so. Kicker, defense. The old hat trick.
Oh, don't worry, Sam. I think I did take a tight end second or third round of my first draft one time, and everybody made fun of me
Ah,
for good reason.
I yeah, there's an argument to taking Gronk in the first round this year. The dude could have just a fucking monster year. He
I
could do
might, I,
nothing.
I might do it. Go Gronk Brady.
Fuck
Just
yeah.
double up. Whoever's listening to me that's in the fantasy draft is probably just smiling already.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
the
or
idiot
somebody's
of the
take
draft.
they take it seriously, and so they're probably just like wanting to punch their screen right now for.
They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill
um,
me.
but yeah, like for all the like you said earlier, all politics aside, like I didn't watch much of any football last year. I was just busy. I didn't have time, and the Broncos sucked, so
Yeah,
there was
that
no
was
incentive
that
to
was a
watch.
rough year.
That's kind of yeah, and it's kind of like the Rockies most year. I buy the MLB TV package for about a
Yeah,
month, or I guess I'll get the month for free, and usually by that time the Rockies will have determined the rest of their season. So if they've already started that May slump, then I'll just cancel it and not watch baseball for the rest of the year because as much as I love the Rockies, there's only so many games you can watch them. So I
I
just wait
know,
till
I
they're
know.
good.
And talk about the Yankees. Tough season for the Yanks. Just a little side note. I just heard it on the talk show today. Not following them, but fun little
I
cliff
guess
note. That one was for Sam.
I the Yanks. Uh, you had me going there for about a minute, buddy. I I was like, what happened with the Yankees? That
And they
was
are
good.
bad too. They are a talk show. It worked good both ways.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
but yeah, all the politics aside, I just really hope the NFL doesn't shove it down our throats like the NBA has been doing, and I've got to think that they've learned from watching the ratings on the NBA just tank that make your statement, get it out of the way week one, and then just done with it and go to fucking playing football. If you got a statement, make it off the field. Like
yeah. And I
I don't
did.
want to be the guy that says like shut up and dribble or whatever, but I don't even care what their opinion is. I would kind of like to listen to some of them at some point, but not when I'm trying to watch football or basketball, whatever the case may be. I just want to watch a fucking game. I don't want to
Yep.
like there's just so
Something.
much shit going on. Just play. Like god damn
Yeah.
it.
Well, and I did hear. And this is from a buddy. Said like maybe like I know no fans at first in the NFL, but like some like maybe like half fans in like a few weeks. And listen, I people are gonna have to check that out, but that's the right direction that I want them to go. Just like you were saying, I would love for them to
Yeah.
work into that and be the leaders and
Just get
fans.
back to yeah. Like you're already America's sport. Let's face it.
Yep.
Baseball's lost that title a while
Yep.
back.
Mm-hmm.
I love baseball, but they lost that title. and like so they don't even have to try very hard to like just cement their place as America's sport, but just try a little bit.
And you
Try a
want to
little bit
you want to
to
talk
just get
about
back to
us,
normal.
and then be the promoter of small business because of the comeback. Because you want to talk about every vendor around those stadiums and just the areas,
Yeah,
the bars. I mean, what that could save them
the
is more.
parking lots and
Oh,
shit. Yeah,
what that could save them is more than the government could print in all those days. I mean, if they could find a way and
yeah,
just persevere, be the leader.
yeah, and yeah, and even if they, if you got the governors being assholes and not letting them, have fans or whatever, but just play the damn game and don't make a bunch of bullshit political statements while you're at it. Just go play, and it'll be your biggest season ever.
Oh, for sure. And you know what I thought was a Colorado story on Bandamere Speedway. They opened up and had a
I didn't hear that one.
well, Bandamere opened up and had a huge some sort of rally, tired of COVID, tired of mask rallying. I mean, it was a monster. So
Awesome.
Jefferson
Well,
County sued him. Okay,
oh, of course they did.
but now Bandamere County, the Bandamere family, which I didn't even know there was a Bandamere family, is suing Jefferson County back. And I'm not real well read in this, but I love what's going on. And go Bandamere family. And I'd really like them for set
Yeah.
precedents. If they win, the NFL, like the owners of the Broncos, should be pumping money to the Bandamere family because this is a court
Fuck yes,
precedent.
they should.
Set precedents right
Like
here.
you just, yeah, turn your legal team over to them
Pro
pro
bono.
bono.
This is the pro. Oh, yeah.
Whatever it is, just whatever you
They,
got to do,
they
make it
win this
happen.
case and then you open up completely.
Yeah, exactly.
I
And
think that's a
yeah, and like that's the shit that Trump should have been doing this whole COVID instead of tweeting about fucking Bubba Wallace and the stupid NASCAR news. Like it was
oh my
funny. I'll
god.
grant him that,
Well,
but
that's just
god
white
damn it,
noise.
man.
And I mean, he sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, like but that's the shit he should have been doing is like suing these states for just being tired. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And
That's
uh
well, and
but
I love that
I
Bandamir's do it. I mean, I think that could be the single biggest story that's you're not hearing of. But I mean,
yeah.
like I said, NFL as a whole should back them, all the owners, but definitely Broncos owners, definitely.
Fuck yeah. And if you need some legal counsel on how just not to give in
Oh
and
yeah,
just through two great big middle fingers to the man, I happen to know a fella down in the southeast corner of Colorado that he don't have a whole lot going on at the moment. I'm not sure if this would violate his terms of his contempt of court conviction, but I'm sure he'd be willing to throw you his legal advice. Uh,
that's I tell you, that's the and maybe we gotta let it calm down for a second for him, and then bring him in hot. I
oh
think
yeah.
he doesn't care. He's sat in the hot tub.
No, he'll go right now. He don't give a fuck. But yeah, we might for his own good have to scale it back just a touch.
Oh, dude. That I would just saw. Oh, I think he'd be a number one call.
Yeah. If nothing else, he will let you know exactly how to piss everybody off that is going against you. He's a very much a troll in his own right. He just doesn't use the internet very well. If Wes McKinley had Twitter, he might surpass Donald Trump as the greatest troll on earth.
Great platform for a troll.
Oh man.
Oh, that's funny. That's
Oh
funny.
fuck. Yeah, so that's some man. I hope they win. I mean, obviously, I hope they win that, but that could be
I
huge.
mean,
And
right? I mean, I think I need to keep up with
somebody's
that.
gonna have to win a lawsuit like that, and then it's gonna be, legal precedent that, that it, eventually it'll be legal precedent that you can't, the government can't tell you to shut down your business just because they said so,
Yeah,
and
that would be nice to get
yeah,
it
so
in there.
yeah. So, Elway family, if you or not Elway family, Bolin family, if you're listening
And
by some off
Johnny
chance,
Elway,
and Johnny,
if you
yeah, throw
come,
some
I
money
mean,
towards the Bandemirs.
McKinley didn't mean it about the quarterbacks, and I'm still a huge fan of you, Johnny. So
Yeah,
if you're
yeah. Hey,
listening,
you're still the god of
yeah,
Colorado.
we're,
We got to keep you in check every
yeah,
now and
we're
then,
just
because we
throwing
want
some
you to be
shots.
successful.
Yeah. Constructive criticism. If you're listening, just so
Yeah.
you know.
We don't want you to fail. We want you to
We're
succeed.
here.
And
Broncos
so
all
when
the
you do a
way.
shitty job, we're gonna let you know. But hey, when you pull a Peyton Manning move,
Great.
like come on,
And let me tell you what,
you're still riding on them
on
coattails.
his Joe Flacco move, I was behind him 100% on that. So I can't stand here and cuss his move because I was like, oh, that's going to be a good move. No, that was wrong. That was bad wrong.
That was Paxton Lynch. That was a bad pick.
Axton Lynch,
Joe
I was not
Flacco.
in his boat on that one.
Oh,
Oh,
that was a
okay. God,
terrible
I wish
move.
we wouldn't have got on this subject because then it makes me think of another one. The real tall guy, Osweiler, I think.
No, Osweiler.
Uh,
Yeah,
he wasn't
yeah. I
he
think
was the
Peyton
best of.
might have fucked that one up, but
I know. Yeah, maybe he did, but you can't.
but
You have to play Peyton,
oh, it's the fucking sheriff. You've got
and
to.
then you win the Super
And
Bowl. So
yeah, I wouldn't have cared if he was in a wheelchair at that point. Like you've got Peyton Manning under center, you roll
you
with it.
roll with it, and then the whole team when he comes in that third or fourth quarter, whenever he does come back in, the whole team just. I mean, all of a sudden, the running game, we're
Hmm.
getting 20 yards of carry. Did
Yeah,
Osweiler even still
exactly.
in the league?
I don't think so. Hey, there's a Montana boy for you there, Sam. Just a real peach of an NFL talent coming out of the heart of Montana.
Oh yeah, is it? And I think another Montana dude was he didn't play for him in college, but Ryan Leaf didn't he grow up in Montana?
Oh yeah, he he very much was a Montana boy. Great Falls, I
Yeah, I
believe.
think Great Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had a very illustrious
yeah,
career.
volatile you might say.
Very volatile, a little controversial at times.
Could be
But all told, he should probably be in the Hall of Fame for something or other.
guaranteed. I did play catch with him one time in eighth grade.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
like a lot of people say, those were his best passes he ever threw. Listen,
He peaked right then. He peaked.
I was in eighth grade. He was hurt on the sideline of a preseason game in San Diego that I was lucky enough to go with because some family friends.
That's
Ball rolls
awesome.
over to my feet, and I just pick it up, and he was like, "So just play catch a little while." He had a good arm, about 10 yards
Oh
out.
yeah. Yeah, not
Felt
bad. Not too
good. Warmed
shabby.
up the hands a little bit.
Awesome. Now I listened to an interview with him, and he seems like he's kind of got his shit together now. But boy, he was a glorious train wreck
Wow.
when he was
I
in the
think there was,
NFL.
yeah, I think there was a whole E60 because it even got worse after he got out of the NFL, I think. Like
Oh yeah, he
down.
got hooked on opiates or
Yeah.
opioids,
And then
and
started dealing them, I think, a
yeah, then he
little.
like
Yeah,
broke
there was a
into
robbery.
yeah, but I don't even think it was a pharmacist. I think he had the pharmacist list of prescriptions, so he was just going from house to house of who was
Yeah.
prescribed opioids and stealing them. Legend.
Oh man, that's an aggressive game plan. And I mean, it
Yeah.
worked for him for a while. He is legend.
Well, I don't hate him for it. I
I
don't
don't
hate
at
him
all.
for
I mean,
it.
I don't at all. Absolutely not. Like we're just saying, he did have one of those up and down careers that they will talk about sometimes.
The biggest point we were trying to make is he was from Montana. Um,
That's how it all started. I forgot. Thank you for getting us back there.
oh
Oh
shit.
man, I was just
Speaking of Montana, George, I don't know if you heard, but uh, you'll have to go back through the page and look. Or I'll send you the video when we're done here. But there's a fella named Dan Hartman
oh yeah,
who
yeah.
is
No, I saw that.
yeah, that fucking hand. Well, he's doing
Yeah,
a
I like that
clinic,
guy.
a Pat Pirelli style clinic, except he's teaching you old school cowboy ways of dealing with problem horses. It's coming up the 11th, so that'd be this weekend,
Dang, it's
and
already here.
sponsored by Burnin' Daylight, which indirectly is also sponsored by Loma Livestock because Loma Livestock is allowing me to throw some merchandise
Dollar
their
set.
way.
Hey,
Yeah,
I like it. I like Dan too.
yeah, he's a cool guy. So yeah, the Burning Daylight and Burning Daylight collaborators are will have a heavy presence there. I won't be able to make it, but uh, if you want to go see a guy who damn sure can work a colt, um, head over to Broadus, Montana this weekend, the 11th through the 13th. It's $50 if you want to spectate. I think he's all full up on horses right now. If
How many
not, you can
horses did he take?
10.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. He wasn't fucking around.
That'll be sweet.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a cool deal. Yeah. So all the sponsors this week, like I said, Loma indirectly is
I
gonna
love it.
help contribute that. Jesse Stetson and Stetson Ranches are gonna sponsor a meal. Nick Allen with his braided rawhide is going to make a quirt for the top hand or most improved. Whoever Dan decides deserves it the most will get a hand braided quirt from Nick Allen Loot, and then Coyote Valley Saddlery's new sponsor to the show,
Dang,
Corey
like it's
Seam.
nice.
Yeah, so he's gonna be there helping with the event as well. So it's gonna be a cool deal. I'm bummed I can't make it. I got to fly to Nebraska at the end of the month, so I can't make 2 cross country trips in a month. I don't think, and still be married. So I uh, I
Yeah.
gotta I gotta pick my spots.
Yep.
But
Smart.
if
Smart.
you're in the area, go check that out. That's gonna be a good one.
Smart. And yeah, from what I've seen of Dan, I think that'll be cool. It'll be nice to hear the recap of what's going on there next week on our next
Uh,
report.
Yeah, we're gonna do some live stream stuff on the Facebook page as well. So it'll be yeah, it's gonna be cool. I you know I I've seen a lot of clinicians and whatnot, and they're all popular with the horse people or whatnot. But and most of those people putting on a clinic are pretty damn handy. It's their followers that piss me off. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh yeah, a lot of them are real handy, like you said.
Mm-hmm. And of course they're putting on a show because they're selling a product. Dan's just no cowboy that knows how to fucking work a horse. I mean that's basically all there is to it. He knows what he's doing, and he's not going to sugarcoat it. He's not going to uh, push some sort of like step by step training program to you. He's like, no, get your nuts underneath you,
Yeah, and then
sit
make the
down
horse
and
go
and
forward.
fucking spur him in the neck, and then once he stops, then you can go from there. That's kind of his method, on these problem horses. Not all horses, but on these ones that want a buck, his method is like, all right, come and so he's gonna show you some tricks he learned from the old timers and been passed down from generation to generation, and It's gonna be cool. So check it
It's
out.
way cool. And you know what else? Totally off subject. But I just sent a friend request to Sam McHugh because we weren't friends on
Oh
Facebook.
yeah.
So I'm gonna ask Sam McHugh if he'll confirm that sometime, and maybe he can follow me on Instagram at Loma Livestock. I have two pages, but you got to follow the one with the bull on it because I'm new. I don't know what to do.
Instagram's where it's at
I
nowadays.
know.
I've been on it for a while and I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but
I want to get
I
better
just
at
I
it.
just
I have a lot of tries, so hang with me, people.
I I wish that the Instagram was a little bit like the how you present your information. I wish was more like Twitter, where you could just like retweet shit, just and instead of like now if you want to share something from somebody else on Instagram, you got to download a whole new app to do it. It's fucking stupid. Um,
I didn't even know that. See, that's how far behind I am.
yeah, it's I don't know. So that like I like Twitter. I hate what Twitter is now. Twitter's a just a
Hey, Sam accepted my
dumpster
friend
fire.
request. Thanks, Sam.
Oh, good, good, Sam. You'll be getting an invite to the next clan rally, I'm sure. I'm just kidding. We like to bust Sam's balls with racist jokes all the time, just because he's the farthest thing from a racist ever.
He
But he
really is.
happens
A
to
few
live in
times
I.
I've talked to him.
Oh, he really is one of the best guys you'll meet. But
He is.
he's like I said, just dangerously white, and happens to live in Idaho, which is that they've had their problems with some skinheads up there, so it made sense to make fun of him, and so we do.
That's, and that's all the explanation you need to give.
Oh yeah, it's a good time. No, it's I don't even know what we were talking about there, but yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm
I don't
just
know.
happy Sam accepted my friend request, and so just moving on. Good group around here. All in
Yeah,
all.
hell yeah, it's we got a pretty cool little community that we're building here, so um, I don't know what we're good for, but it's a good community. So I think should we wrap it on that? Well, huh?
I think you might wrap it. It's 11 o'clock Mountain Time, and we're burning damn daylight, and I'm tired. Way
Yeah.
past my
So
bedtime, and I appreciate you guys for logging on. And one more thanks to Sam McHugh for accepting my friend request.
bam. All right,
Bye.
folks. We'll catch you here next week for the weekly cattle market Raftport from Loma Livestock.